On this week's show, Philip Pullman makes more dust, Harry Potter makes an exhibition of himself, and everything is awesome in the dungeon. Hello and welcome to the Fantasy News Show from the Bottled Imp. My name is Ken Boyter and this is your weekly fix of fantasy goodness. First up, Talisman is back, and this time it's the 5th edition. Yes, this is pretty much the first piece of official news from Games Workshop since they have taken back the license from Fantasy Flight, or they own the license. Fantasy Flight aren't doing it anymore is what I'm trying to say. And so Games Workshop, this is about the first announcement they've made, and it is all about Talisman, as you obviously can gather. Fantasy Flight did the 4th edition. What this actually means is anybody's guess, because all they have said is that expect the new edition later this year. So who knows? That's all they've said. They haven't said whether it's a reskinning, if it's a different artwork, if there's different rule changes, if they're bringing out new characters, what they're doing to it. I don't know, it's kind of mixed news for me. I really love Talisman, as you know. The problem with this, though, is that I thought Fantasy Flight did an amazing job with the 4th edition, so I don't know who else could do a better job. It has to be an equal job. Are they just going to add more expansions? You know, what exactly are they going to do? Hopefully they're going to be quite imaginative about it, and they'll come up with something different. It could be that they might kind of do some sort of different type of game, I don't know. But it is good news, because obviously we don't want Talisman just to go out of print and then, fade into the background. I'm sure it won't, because there's a lot of people that actually love the game. So what else? Yeah, that's all the news. I'm just checking if there's anything about that. There isn't. Yeah. All I can say, though, is we have done reviews of every single expansion, apart from 2, but we're doing that this week. And we are also got the base game there. We've got a playlist, so you can check that out on our YouTube channel. Next story is Philip Pullman confirms his new trilogy set in his Dark Materials universe. The Book of Dust trilogy will be set in the same universe as his Dark Materials universe, and it's 10 years before Book 1, Northern Lights. There will be a host of new characters, including a new hero, but fans of the original series will be pleased to know that the lead character is returning. That's Lara. I think she's about 10 years old in the first book. And in the press release, Philip Pullman said, the first thing to say is that Lara is the centre of the story. Events involving her open the first chapter and will close the last. So that is exciting news. He also went on to say that, is it a prequel? Is it a sequel? It's neither. In fact, the Book of Dust is an equal. So there's an interesting twist. The original His Dark Material trilogy has sold over 17.5 million copies worldwide and was translated into 40 different languages. And also there was a film that was made, it was about 5-6 years ago now. It was a bit of a mixed film. For me, they missed out all the religious aspects that was in the books, and that is quite a crucial part of the story. Anyway, I am very excited about this news, because his Dark Materials is a beautiful trilogy. I really must do a review of them. Who knows, I probably might do it before this Book of Dust trilogy comes out, just because, it kind of sets everything up, reminds people of this trilogy. They are very good. The first book of the new trilogy will be published on the 19th of October this year. The British Library is welcoming Harry Potter and Friends. To celebrate the 20th anniversary of the publication of the first Harry Potter book, there is an exhibition celebrating all things Potter, and it will be on display at the British Library. The exhibition will feature material from J.K. Rowling's archive, a range of wizardry books, and information about the origin of the Philosopher's Stone. The exhibition curator Jamie Andrews told the BBC, "We're absolutely right place to be doing this exhibition. We're the home of stories. We're next door to King's Cross platform 9 3/4, and we have one of the greatest collections on the history of magic." That is a great concept. They're absolutely right. If you're going to have an exhibition, you have it there, don't you? The exhibition will run from the 20th of October 2017 until the 28th of February 2018, and tickets will go on sale later on in the year from spring. Lego have done it again. They've only gone and created an awesome fantasy-themed dungeon. Well, When I say they've created, they're actually in the process of creating it, because they have something called Lego Ideas. I didn't know about this until I came across this story. And what it seems is that if you've got an idea, you can type it in, and if it gets enough votes, then it goes down the production line, it goes down the development process. And Dungeon Master is one of these cases. Dungeon Master it lets you create your own dungeons and lairs for the heroes to investigate. There are dozens of possible layouts and setups, and you can place the rooms in any sequence desired to create the layer you like. So obviously it's kind of modular, and you can chop and change depending on which sort of landscape you want to create. There are 3 minifigures included, including 3 heroes and 6 different monsters and villains for your heroes to fight. There are also several smaller creatures already placed in the landscape. The total amount of bricks apparently used in this set is just below 3,000, so that is a massive set. So if you like playing games like Hero Quest or Dungeons & Dragons and you love Lego, then surely this is a no-brainer. Hopefully it will be made. As I say, they've had 10,000 votes for this one to continue on to the next stage of development. As yet, obviously there's no release date, but you can look at the Dungeon Master set, all the designs and all the information about it by visiting ideas.lego.com/projects/165437. Don't worry, you don't have to remember that. We will put that in the description of this episode, as well as all the other links. Voting is now open for the annual David Gemmell Fantasy Awards 2017. There are 3 different awards that make up the David Gemmell Awards, and they are the Legend Awards, the Morningstar Awards, and the Ravenheart Award. The Legend Award is presented to the fantasy title judge this year's best work, and it's all by open vote. The Morningstar Award honours the author judged by open vote to have made this year's best debut in fantasy fiction, and the Ravenheart Award is given to the artist responsible for the year's best fantasy book cover art, and again that's all open by open vote. Voting on the long list in each category is now open, and it closed on the 31st of March this year. If you want to vote, then you simply go to their website, which is www.gemmellawards.com, and you click on the tab Voting. There you can they've got a list of all the things you can vote for, all the titles, all the artists, etc. And you just simply click on the ones you want to vote for, and then you submit. Dark Souls, the board game, is released this April. Based on a massively popular and notoriously difficult video game of the same name, Dark Souls, the board game, raised over deep breaths is what I was going to say. Over £3.5 million on Kickstarter. What? That is crazy talk. They raised £3.5 million for this board game. That is crazy. So if you did miss the Kickstarter campaign, but you want a piece of the action, then fear not, as they are going to be releasing it in April. No doubt the expansions that they created will also follow in due course. The game itself is a wonderful player exploration miniatures game. And it's designed by Matt Hart, Richard Loxham, who claim the board game is as brutal as the video game. So good luck in winning that. The game features a fast setup, a long reveal mechanism that gets you straight into the action and builds the location. It builds the attention, the action, as the locations are revealed. The core combat mechanism and enemy behaviour system forces deep strategic play and clever management of stamina to survive. That's what it said on the website. So you can find out more and about the game if you visit their website, which is steamforged.com. Kickstarter news: Game Boy Geek Season 5 is underway, and if you don't know, Game Boy Geek is actually run by Dan King. He is the Game Boy Geek, and he's on a mission, apparently. He wants to help you find your next board game to play. Dan has produced over 1,000 videos over the past 4 years, and he keeps adding to that each year. Last year he added 2 new shows as well, different kind of formats to the normal reviews. One was a 2-minute Allegro format where you can just get a short taster of what a board game is like without necessarily watching like a 20-minute video. So, if you like the little taster, you think actually I want to know more, then you can watch his longer reviews. Also, he does present a show with his wife, and they talk about whether a game is suitable, to play with your partner, your husband, wife. Is it a good game to play for two people, especially if you're a couple. I don't know why that would make a difference. Maybe it would. Anyway, I first saw Dan show when he was putting them up on the Dice Tower channel, and was very impressed. He's very slick. He knows what he's talking about. He's very enthusiastic about his games. And he has a lot of interesting things to say about his games. So I did actually back him last year, and I've backed him again this year. And all the money that he does collect will go to running his channel, basically, to improve the quality of the shows, buying new equipment, just keeping the lights on, basically. It's nearly funded, and it finishes on the 15th of March. Banner Saga 3 is the final video RPG in the series. Yes, this is the conclusion to the award-winning series of story-driven turn-based strategy games steeped in Viking culture from the indie studio Stoic. The two previous Banner Sagas are very popular and were also a critical success, so they're doing it all again. Yes. Of the game, Stoic say Banner Saga draws heavily from the Norse culture and mythology while creating its own identity. There is low-level fantasy approach to the Viking games. Giants, yes. Horned helmets, no. Because apparently Vikings didn't have horns on their helmets. It does look absolutely stunning. They've got lots of images of the game so you can see what the game looks like and details of how the game plays as well. There's even, I found this pretty cool, a 6-minute sample of the music that's used within the game. And obviously you can read the campaign while listening to the music. It was very atmospheric, very Viking-esque, I felt. There's also an add-on of $20 that gets you both previous games as well. So obviously if you don't want to just start on the third episode, you want to start on game 1 and game 2 to catch up, then you can get that for $20. It has smashed its target, and I'm not surprised. It does look beautiful, and it finishes on the 8th of March. Dice Throne is a fast, dynamic game where you chuck dice, and it's all created by Mind Bottling Games. It's a game that has unique dice, hero classes, battles, upgrades, and obviously glory. It is for 2 to 6 players, and you can play 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, or a whole free-for-all. So I quite like that mechanism where it's got a multiple way of playing the game. And apparently it takes 20 to 30 minutes to play. You can select from a variety of heroes, and each one of those will play and feel completely different from another one. You can attack opponents with activities, and activate your abilities by rolling your hero's unique set of 5 dice. Accumulate combat points and spend them on cards that have a large range of effects, such as granting permanent hero upgrades, applying status effects, and manipulating dice directly. It does look a pretty good game, and as you expect, they've got loads of images up there of all the characters and all the artwork, and obviously a how to play video as well. There's lots of pledged levels and stretch goals. They have also smashed their target, and the campaign finishes on the 24th of February. I'm just going to double check that I've done all the news. Yes, I have. So let's quickly move on. It just seemed to go really quickly. I don't know what it's like for you, but it seems to be going very quickly. Let's move on to Bottled Imp news. Yes, we have a game giveaway for you lovely imps. Oh yes, we have teamed up with the lovely people at Mage Company Games to give you a chance to win a copy of 12 Realms, the base game, plus one of the expansions, which is Ghost Town, the first edition expansion. So you can look out for a special episode. It's either gone out today or is coming out after this episode. Anyway, it's going to come out on Wednesday the 22nd. So look out for that. We will be pinning the competition also on our Facebook page, so you can find the details there as well. This fancy news show is 1 year old. Yes, this is the 52nd episode, so that's 1 whole year of fantasy news goodness that we have gathered for you. We've gathered the latest, well, not necessarily the latest news, but hopefully it's been interesting, it's been intriguing, and we've explored different types of news along the way, and that you found it entertaining as well. So long live the imp. And on this week's Friday Fantasy Show, I'll be taking a look at the mini Talisman expansions, the Deep Realms and the Nether Realm from Fantasy Flight Games. We've had lots of requests to do this one. These are the last expansions of the 4th revised edition for Talisman. We have covered them all, so you can check out our playlist on our channel. And obviously you can check out those reviews that are coming out this Friday. And finally, I've had my hair cut. That's all we have time for. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. It all helps. And obviously we have a Facebook page as well. We've got a Twitter account and we have a website, which is www.thebottledimp.com. Check it out. We've got lots of stuff there too. But until next time, fellow imps, remember to keep it unreal, especially if you love Talisman.